The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
Welcome to the Dogish podcast, the only podcast dedicated to dog parents, the topics, events, and personalities that are impacting their lives every day. My name is Jasen Arias, co-founder of Forever USA, the dog photography experience for you and the dog who stole your heart. And with me, as always, is my fabulous co-host, Miss Sylvia West, certified pet expert. Am I ever going to get this right? Did I get that one right?
No.
I'm going to have to physically write this down because it was one way for a while.
You have to physically write this down.
Okay. I'm going to write it down.
Yeah. I mean, it's just certified professional dog trainer.
Oh, certified.
Which is important.
Yeah.
No.
But you have this vast knowledge of so many things.
That's where the pet expert comes in.
Right.
See?
And it's certified.
But I'm not a certified pet expert.
Well, I think
I don't
you
know
are.
if there's a certification.
I'm going to give you the certification.
With your certification to certify things?
Yes.
Okay, this is getting silly.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So we're meeting with
the
owner of a brand called Maxine Avenue today. She designs all of this amazing stuff for not just people, but for their fur kids, their dogs, and Frenchies in particular. Her name's Janelle.
Let's be specific. Couture dog fashion.
See, and this is where this is so much up your line of lingo. You're way better at this. I would have never used the word couture.
Listen, let's just
But you're right. You're 100% right. Okay.
If you're only listening, please do yourself a favor. Check out a video on either our Facebook or on the YouTube because you have to see Maxine's fabulous coat.
Yes.
But let's get into this conversation because it was fun. It was a good one.
Let's do it. Well, welcome to the show, Janelle. How are you today?
Great. Thank you. Thanks for having us on.
Absolutely. When I was looking at all of your stuff online, I knew that this would be a great topic and people would love to hear about this.
Good. Awesome. Thanks for having us.
So everything that we do is a little bit just kind of open conversation, nothing in particular. We're excited to learn about your brand and kind of what took you on the direction of designing high fashion for the pooches.
Okay, sure. Well, it was really fun how it all started. I was creating couture gowns for women and children for the runway. And then I had gotten Maxine and I couldn't find any clothing that fit her. So I decided, why don't I throw her as a mini me concept into the runway shows? So that's kind of how it all started, was with Maxine not being able to find clothing. And then having this inspirational idea of this mini me concept. This beautiful girl or beautiful woman matching her dog.
Okay, so back up for me for just a little bit. So how long have you been doing fashion design and things like that for women and kids?
I've been in the business, for women and kids. Well, see, I've done other things too. I had a previous clothing line called Aranja. I did dresses for runway and red carpet, wedding gowns. So 23 years total with my own company. And
then over those years, you realized that you wanted to get Maxine kind of involved with this, but there wasn't the clothing, not enough available, or
Well, now hold on. She used a very specific wording. She said Maxine didn't have anything to wear. Spoken like a true dog mom. One day she just looked down at Maxine and Maxine was like, no,
That's exactly.
Bitch, this is not the thing. We need something better.
Yes. No, you're right. Okay, sorry. Let me back up. Maxine is a French bulldog. So as you know,
body style,
curvy. They're not thin pups.
So Maxine needed to design a doggy body positive clothing line for all of the broad chested bullies of the world.
Yes.
I love this. I love it.
It's it's the same thing with women apparel. I'm doing the same thing. There's nothing for the curvy woman. So I design activewear for curvy women as well. It's the same thing with the dog. I couldn't find anything And I was buying all this clothing and I was like spending money to fix it. And I'm like, why am I doing this? And then I was like, wait a minute, I have some fabrics that can work that are in my factory. I was like, let's try it. So I just threw it on the machine and it worked. And I started making things for her to wear around New York City, like in the parks. And then people started stopping me, and then it became like a business.
Amazing. I love that.
So
you're like dedicated dog mom.
So is that something that's kind of taken over more for you? Is it about equal, or are you like?
It's funny with COVID, I haven't been able to get into my factory and design, you know, I mean, it was really hard with the social distancing in New York City and reduction of humans and, you know, a space. So yeah, during COVID, it blew up. I don't even know what's going on. It got like crazy, right? I mean, it was just like insane. The dog line took over. Yes, it did. Yeah. And then I still do the Funari line, but with Funari, I decided to go even like more luxury, like higher end. So I'm actually going even like in a higher price point, and that's working for me in the Funari world. People want luxury. That's where we're at right now. So
yes, for themselves and their pooches. So, okay. So here's a question I have now. Is everything that you design just for Maxine? Is it like couture one of a kind? Like, does she have her own closet, or is she shopping from Maxine Avenue?
No. When I started, it was just for Frenchies. So it was quite easy. I had a very big Frenchie following, so that was easy for me. But no, I ended up meeting other dogs, like in the dog community in parks, and finding lots of friends that were looking for fashionable clothing as well. So no, now it's for every breed, every small breed. And I just started literally last week for large breeds. So I did my first 55-pound dog last week. So I'm really excited. We're expanding to large sizes.
So are these custom, or like you make so many of one outfit?
Oh, no. What we do is we cut limited editions. So every season we have like a run for extra small, medium, large, extra large, 1X, and now 2X. So now we're going to have limited edition runs on the items that you see. And then like once they're gone, they're gone. Like that's it. I move on to the new fabric and new design.
I love it. She's all, I move on.
It's over.
Moving on. No, actually, you know what it is? My clients they want something new and fresh, right? Like I have to keep up with demand. I'll be honest with you. This has been insane. Like it's almost become like fast fashion for dogs. Like you have to be able to like move on to the next thing, you know? So it's getting intense.
So have you ever had a fashion show just for the dogs, like catwalk, the whole thing?
I did actually right before COVID. We actually did our first fashion show, 100% women and men and kids. And we had each model paired up with a dog. So
I love that.
That was our first show, but it's like, you know, that was literally days before the shutdown. It was so bizarre. And like, we did it though. We did it and we rocked it and it was awesome. And I can't wait to do another one. I'm still like figuring out what I'm doing for this year and where I'm going to go with it. But hopefully soon I'll have an answer. I'm putting together plans right now to do like a fashion show. Hopefully very, very soon.
Awesome. Okay. On that note, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Dear John, I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to when you checked on me? I don't want to leave, but remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart and don't let it quit on you. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range today. For help keeping yours at a healthy range, text PRESSURE to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. Take 1.
Behold the angry giant.
Try it again, Alberto.
Behold the angry giant.
Perfect. Good luck tonight.
Behold the angry giant.
Yay! Read me another one, Dad.
This is WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. Feedthepig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard, so you don't need to sell all your belongings and live in a commune.
These dungarees belong to all of us now, Tom.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman!
You just need feedthepig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at feedthepig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at fenixmedia.us.
Awesome. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. You mentioned like a mini-me line. So when you're designing stuff for the fur kids, are they kind of like a direct match? Are they complementary? Like what is like? Am I understanding it right that somebody could come in and buy something that they want to wear, and then they buy something that's going to match for their fur kid as well?
Right, absolutely. So we actually have the clothing line, which is Funari New York, which I'm using, beautiful materials for men, women, or children. And then there's an inspirational piece that is matching to the fur baby. So you can either purchase the one for the fur baby or the one for you, like we have it for both now is available. And it is a direct match. Yes, it's definitely matching. So
do you have the matching?
Some people don't, but I mean,
do you have the matching version of what Maxine's wearing right now?
What's that?
Do you have the matching version of what Maxine's wearing right now?
This one I actually haven't made the hot pink, but I have the baby pink available because this sweater, the Diva sweater, comes in 2 colors. It comes in light pink and hot pink. I have the hot
There you go,
pink,
Sylvia.
And the hot pink is going to be coming soon, right? Yes.
Okay, I just need like a phone call as soon as it's out. Just like DM, be like, it's here, because I'm going to buy maybe more than one. And my friends may want one. I don't know. It's just for me. I will have multiples in my closet. That's the reality.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So how old is Maxine now? Is she?
She is going to be 7 this year. It goes so quickly. I can't believe it. I mean, it's unbelievable, right? It's just time flies.
And you've been designing clothes for her whole life? Or how old was she when you were like, we need to upgrade you?
I think it was definitely in year 1. That's when it all began because I couldn't find anything that fit her. I couldn't find, like clothing that would work for her body shape. And then I decided, okay, now it's time. We have to do something to help her out. You know what it is with Frenchies? They're very sensitive to the cold and the heat. So She would walk in the city when it was very cold. So like it all started with a jacket, actually. It was very cold and I needed to have something that would make her walk. So when I put the jacket on, she immediately went outside, and I was like, perfect. This is awesome.
What are some of the difficulties, like, or is it easier to design for the dogs, or is it easier to design for people?
Wow, good question. Okay, it depends on what I'm making. If I'm making bridal gowns, I will say that was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, right? For humans. Because when a bride is nervous, they either gain weight or lose weight. So you have to end up changing the dress like right before the wedding. So that was very intense. And then for dogs, it's actually been quite, it's very challenging, actually. I have to test everything. So with each design, we actually test on 6 different dogs, and we have them wear it and, make sure it's working. And then we launch the line.
Wow. And how many lines do you think you've done so far?
Like, honestly, I've lost track. Well, because the demand is so crazy, right? Like the second I sell through one collection, I'm already on to the next one.
And how many pieces, like in a collection, typically?
Anywhere from, it ranges 10 to 25.
Okay. So 10 to 25 pieces. And you've been doing this for 5 or 6 years now for Maxine?
Yeah. Yes.
And how many come out per year, do you think?
Well, we usually launch like twice a year, but now it's been getting like crazier. So I've been doing like 4 collections a year.
Wow.
Wow.
Have you had a favorite one so far? Like, is there one that you think back to and you're like, that one is just my gem? Like, I love that one.
I have to say my first collection. I know that's crazy, right? But they always say like your first idea is the best idea. When I first started, I did like very streetwear, very edgy, like very like New York City, like leathers, vegan leather, and, like fun, like waterproof jackets and things that were edgy. And I feel like that's always been the brand, right? Like I continue with that same look. It's never going to go away. That very like tough, New York City vibe, like, and it looks so cool, when you see the dog coming down the street with the fur and the leather. I think that was kind of like where we began with the brand.
I love that. I love that you just described dog clothing as edgy. Well, no, because here's the thing. Like here on the Dogish podcast, we really want to, encourage and, just fluff this idea of the human animal bond and dogs as our kids. And I think that the fact that you just like as a dog mom, we're like, I'm a fashion designer. Nothing fits your body properly. We're going to fix this. And have now like gone on to create these like extremely unique and couture fashion experiences for dogs and their owners. It's just, I think it just shows exactly how far we've come with our relationships with our dogs. I'm sure you can attest, you've been doing this for 7 years now. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, what's the difference between like when you started and there was like 1 or 2 people going like, that was cool. But like, were your friends like, why are you designing clothing for dogs? This is crazy.
Yeah, they literally were like, you and your dog clan, because it all started with the clan, right?
This is what I mean.
Oh, am I allowed to come to the birthday party? Like, I have a Frenchie. And I'm like, come on, stop that, And it became like, the Frenchies especially, we're like a clan. I'm not going to lie. Like, Frenchies are a little cuckoo. So we're obsessed with our dogs. Like
Maxine's face, she's like...
It's so funny. No, but it's funny, right? But now it's like, no, it's evolved. I agree with you. It's evolved completely. I think people are really embracing it now. And now they're allowing dogs more into places. Before, when I started, we weren't allowed to go anywhere. Now there's tons of dog restaurants, dog bars, dog cafes. This is the future, right? I mean, they're even allowing them in hotel rooms. I just got an email last week and they're like explaining to me all the hotels that are allowing dogs now, which like made my year, because now I want to travel and I'm ready to go with Maxine.
Amazing. So, I mean, if you were to, in your own words, kind of explain what you've seen in terms of like how we are evolving with our fur babes and how they really are becoming family, like how would you describe that just based on like the purchasing trends of your company?
You mean the growth? I think more people during COVID, they said, have gotten dogs, have adopted dogs at any time in the world. I mean, they said that all of the shelters are empty right now, which makes me so happy that people are adopting these pets that need that, So I feel like almost every person I know now has a dog, and I feel like we've inspired them, like through the love that I've had with Maxine. I don't have kids, this is my child. And I have another fur baby as well that I adopted a year ago. So I think like it has grown remarkably. And it just makes me so happy that like people are embracing like their dogs as much as their children, or even more.
More so sometimes. Yeah.
Give so much love to your life. It's an amazing addition to the family. So, I mean, I've definitely seen a huge growth. I've seen it become more important everywhere. Like I was telling you, I'm seeing people allowing you in to like, I've never seen people like bring their dogs to like a dining experience. And now I go out and I see tons of people with their dogs at the table now. So I think that's really awesome that New York is like allowing the pets, to have rights.
Yeah, I think just normalizing the idea that like they are family members, and like for some of us, they're all the family we want or need, and I don't think that I think that used to be a little bit more taboo. Like if you were going to spend X number of dollars on a couture piece of fashion for your dog, you'd be like, oh, the crazy lady in the room. But now it's like, yeah, you better buy that furry coat and one for yourself too. It's much more, accepted, I think, and celebrated too, our relationship with our dog.
So speaking of like, what are we, what is a typical piece for Maxine cost? Like if I wanted to get that I've got a pug named Max. So maybe if there was a black version.
Oh, Maxine. No.
Maxine doesn't have a boyfriend, she's
girl, long distance. That's the way to be. Then she can,
right.
sow her oats.
So, yeah.
Sorry. No, the pricing goes anywhere from $29 for like a hoodie up to like this one is $99 because it's fur and it's fabulous.
And it's fabulous. Yes, it is.
$30 for the piece, $70 for the fabulous.
Yes. I love that. Like that's the justification. Like this one costs this because it's fabulous. Period.
Well, and they're limited run pieces.
I would shop that.
You're not going to see this on every dog, right? I mean,
right.
Like not, you know what I mean? Pet owner wants to rock out this fur, right? So that's why we do offer like the basic hoodie, as like the entry to the collection. And then you start to get like a little more excited. And then you start trying like more fashion pieces as you like grow with the brand, So
do you have some like standard pieces that you just always have? So there's like the limited run, but then you mentioned the hoodie. Is the hoodie something that you kind of always have around?
Yes, 100%. Yeah. That's another item I started with a basic hoodie and never stop with that one. We just keep utilizing the same hoodie and just new materials, new colors, new patterns with every season. So that's something we'll always have on the collection.
I think Max needs like a 1980s tank top to be rolling around in the summer. That's what I think, like the mesh tank top.
I'm not disagreeing with anything that you're saying. However, I am going to pause us right here for a break and just let our listeners soak in the idea of Max in a neon mesh tank top.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone, let's all stop what we're doing and take a moment. You see, every moment can be kind of special. But they could be loud moments, goofy moments, dorky moments, it doesn't matter. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school. Every day after work, went straight to school, and it paid off.
At age 26, Kareem finished his high school diploma.
I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week, she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at fenixmedia.us.
So I have a burning question. Okay, so this slightly off topic. There is a meme that has gone around for maybe at least I've been aware of it for a couple years now. Where it shows how would dogs wear pants. Have you seen this? So like
I've seen this.
Do they wear, like, look it up, like, so you could do a search, how would dogs wear pants, and it either goes like around their belly and it only covers
their legs,
their back legs, or it goes across their chest back to underneath their tail and it covers all four legs. So what would your opinion be as a clothing designer for dogs on how they should wear pants?
No. Listen, the reason why they're wearing it, a lot of the dogs are wearing them for practical reasons. Like for female dogs, they're wearing them for that time in the month. I know it, that's what's going on. They're wearing like a cover to their diaper. So that's what I'm noticing, that market is huge, like fashionable items that, for female dogs. But as far as pants, I mean, I haven't done them yet, but I have thought about doing the 2-piece set, like maybe like a vest with a pair of pants. I thought that would be really cool, like in a denim or like kind of like an 80s, like,
yes,
like parachute pant kind of, fun.
Maybe incorporate that mesh tank top.
Yes, with the mesh tank.
With some distressed jeans.
Yes, that's exactly. I just picked up some distressed
I'm all for it.
The Michael Jackson's Bad video.
You know what's really funny? I also just got asked to do bathing suits. So
very cute.
Yeah, I'm going to do some really cool bathing suits for the summer.
So basically what you're saying is if it's fashion, then they wear them like pants, like people wear pants. Not like practical pants like a dog, because they make those. No. I think they're like rain pants, where they literally they like cover. They're like real pants would cover your whole underside, because our pants cover our whole I'm gesturing at my crotch right now, and I don't know why, but I'll stop. But for the dogs, it like covers everything, and it does all 4 legs.
Wait, are you talking about a onesie, like almost like a onesie?
But they're just pants, so their back is exposed. Which then begs the question: what would the jacket to that look like, Jasen?
Pretty much a cape.
So funny.
That's hilarious. I mean, I could see how it would prevent snowballs.
Oh, right. Which we've learned about,
like bottom pants. But yeah, I mean, see, this is why I just buy onesies and doggy tracksuits, because then I don't need to debate how the pants should. It's all one piece. Everything's
exactly. Mm-hmm. I agree. Yes.
Yes.
So what does the future look like right now for Maxine and everything that you're growing with? What do you anticipate you're going towards, or you're excited about? Any partnerships that you've kind of started dipping into and doing some fun stuff?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely looking at doing like collabs, like we're very open to that, like with either other designers, other stores, or possibly we're looking into doing like a treat collection, like a special Maxine treat, because she's allergic to a lot of different things. So it's very hard for her to find a treat that she loves, that she, doesn't get sick or have an allergy attack. But I'm also going to be going into like harnesses, like harnesses and leashes is definitely the future for sure. And we just started our carry bag for the airport. So I think we're going to be expanding on that. And then we're just going to continue with what's been working, like our dresses, our hoodies, our jackets. Those are like our best sellers. I'm also going to be working on a really cool bag to carry, the dog bags in, and like your sanitizer, like something cool like that you can carry with you, almost like a little purse.
And everything's going to be like a matching, like set, like you could just go out and just be full fashionista as you're like I can just see the little poop bag carrier with all the pink fluff around it and the leash, and like all of it.
Yes, 100%. I mean, I'm going 100% for it just because it's like what I love and it's like how I dress. So I think people are starting to embrace the idea. And listen, it's taken some time. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been doing this for a minute, but now people are really starting to embrace the whole like matching concept. Like definitely what's been really big has been the pajamas. So I think we'll definitely do the pajamas in the winter, like the matching pajama sets.
Now, are most of your clients there in New York City, or are they kind of spread out all over the place?
They're spread out. Yeah, for sure. We've, it's all been like a word of mouth business, but we're definitely selling throughout the country. And we're definitely looking to sell throughout the world. That's going to be on point for definitely coming soon. Start selling the rest of the world the line.
That's super cool. Look, she's just like passing out. She's super comfortable.
Yeah, and I love that you're color coordinating
right
there. I saw that. For any of our listeners who are just listening and not watching us on YouTube, you're being robbed of an experience because
that's right.
Maxine and Janelle look edgy AF.
Are there any materials that they don't like? Like, I mean, she's exceptionally comfortable there in the fluffy pink vet. Like, is there something that they don't love?
I think for me, it's the synthetic fibers. So my whole collection is eco-friendly and organic and hypoallergenic. So like the reason why she loves this so much is because like inside is like a motile rayon cotton spandex, which is like created from trees, a tree pulp. So it's so comfortable and she's actually breathable, but she's still wearing fur, so it's crazy, right? Like, that's always been my concept that like, they need to have that kind of material on their skin so that the dog can breathe. Yeah. But when it's like something that's synthetic or has like, weird dyes, like that can affect the skin of the dog and you could start seeing like a rash. So.
Gotcha. So you wouldn't want to put him in actual leather per se. It doesn't breathe enough.
No. And what's really funny? Like they attack leather. Like it's very bizarre. Like my dogs, like if I have a goose pillow, they will attack the goose pillow. So I can't even get my goose comforter. Goose pillows are gone. So isn't that funny? Like they start to chew on it.
Yeah, they can. I think they can. I'm sure they can smell it. I mean, it's just a natural response for them.
Yeah. So I haven't really done the real materials. No, not at all. That's not going to work.
And then you mentioned you're getting into larger breeds now. So you just had your first 55 pound.
Yeah.
Like, do you anticipate eventually doing something for Great Danes and Mastiffs that are pushing into the 100?
Like giant breeds?
Like, I think I met a Great Dane that was close to 200 pounds once. And I know there's bigger dogs out there.
I used to walk a Dane named Bentley, who was almost the size of a Bentley. He was 180 pounds.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, if there's a demand, I'll go for it, right? I haven't had anyone ask me yet, but I have had a lot of pit bulls ask me.
Yeah.
That's been like a huge one for me. So that's an easy transition because I'm coming from English bulldogs, right? So it's a very easy transition right into the pit bull.
Yeah, so the same kind of body style.
Yeah, they're in the same bloodline, same family member. So it's just like, I'm going to definitely do the pit bulls for the fall, maybe the Rottweiler. I want to do some really cool fierce dogs, you know, that'll be fun.
I imagine that's got to be like, I'm trying to think through it, and I don't want to be like offensive to our human listeners, but are there more unique body shapes? Like help me out on this. I'm just thinking through it. Are there more unique body shapes for dogs than there would be people? Like, I guess, I mean, if you're thinking about all the different breeds, and then every breed has its unique body shape within itself. Like, I mean, pit bulls alone, you've got the huskier pit bulls and the thinner pit bulls. So, like, in my mind, it's a more unique body shape just to talk about dogs as a whole as opposed to people. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. What do you think?
No, I agree with you 100%. There's so many different breeds and so many different shapes. So, I mean, I'm just kind of like evolving organically wherever the brand takes me. You know, so I'm making up Chihuahuas up to like pit bull right now. But I mean, if I get the demand, I haven't really had like a husky or a Great Dane yet. So we'll see.
Do you do custom orders? Like if somebody called and just said, hey, I need something like this, you would do a custom?
Yes, 100%. I love doing custom. It's so much fun. Sorry.
You tell them, Maxine. You say, we are busy.
Sorry, they were buzzing me. I don't know why from my intercom system. Oops.
Oh, we hear, like, I think I'm the only one that hasn't had their dogs kind of barge in so far yet today.
Today, yes.
Yeah, today.
I mean, it is the Dogish podcast. I think it would almost be inappropriate if you didn't hear dog noises. Like, are they dog parents? What is this? You know? Yeah. Okay, so I think this is a good place for us to take a quick break, and then we'll come right back.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool, and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at fenixmedia.us.
Okay, so wait a second. You have a 40-pound Frenchie?
I do.
Okay, so which edgy pieces is he sporting?
Oh my God. Actually, I have him in the camouflage hoodie with like the big fur, so he looks like a lion. I love
Amazing.
That.
So is he part of why you were inspired to like go into larger breeds? Because you're like, hold on a second. Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Because I was like, well, actually, I had a lot of demands for English bulldogs. You know, that's where it all began. But when I have him, it was like perfect. He wears the 1X. You know, he's a big boy. So, I mean, it's hard to find things. That's why I'm actually going into the harnesses because of him. I cannot find harnesses. I mean, you wouldn't believe what happened the other day. My harness actually broke in a street of New York City. I mean, that is scary.
That's terrifying.
Scary.
And he's strong. I mean, like this guy, when he pulls, oh my God, it's sometimes I can't even handle him. Like he's that powerful, his pull. So like whatever I'm going to design, he's going to be my tester. Like he's definitely got to test the new design out.
Interesting.
The other thing. Okay, go ahead. So you brought up like sizing and stuff, and I found that when I'm buying stuff for my dogs, so I've got a pug mix, and he's a larger pug. He's not like just a fluffier pug. He's just a bigger frame. Well, you remember him, Sylvia. He's not.
Yeah, I know Max.
And trying
Maxine's boyfriend.
Right, exactly. Trying to find sizes never make sense to me at all when picking out anything. Like we bought them Christmas sweaters and when I put Max's on him, you could tell within like minutes he was laboring. Like he was like, no, you got to get this sweater off. I can't breathe.
It was like a muscle tee.
Yeah, it was not
a sweater.
And so, like in my world, Max is he's a small dog, but we should have bought him a large sweater. And so then same, like Brownie's didn't even fit. And that was like, we had bought her a large, and Brownie's a 40-pound, mix. So like, I don't even like, it's just the sizing is just so all over the place. And maybe like, obviously you can't answer for every clothing designer out there that's doing something, but like on your clothing design, what size is Maxine?
Maxine is actually a medium large in Frenchie.
Okay.
So I have Frenchie size and then I have regular size. So it gets a little. Yeah, the Frenchie size is definitely a lot bigger for the chest. It's more comfortable. Like you said, it's more breathable. Like, because you don't want to have anyone like, suffocating.
But see, to me now, like that makes sense to have like 2 size guides because her frame is different. Also Jasen, like, welcome to buying women's clothing. Like clearly said like a man. He's like, I don't understand sizing. A large should be a large. Yeah. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Welcome to online shopping, my life. But
it's hard.
It's hard. But I think that makes so much more sense to just be able to say, like, because like the bullies do have a really specific body type. You know, it's like just a bigger, they're much more spread out. You know, they got big shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
They're very muscular. Right. She's like, there's a package outside.
I know, you see
She's
her.
fully
Her
aware
face,
now.
She's like, there is something at the door.
She's waiting. You see her? She's like,
she like went from totally knocked out to stranger danger.
yes.
Amazing.
Yeah. She knows she's very smart.
So, and I don't think you told us your other dog's name yet.
Oh, his name is Nico.
Okay. So sorry, Nico. You've just been completely left out of the podcast until this moment. He's in another apartment in case no one heard that. But so Nico is what's really kind of expanding your brand organically. And I think this is what's really cool about a lot of the pet product parents that we interview, because everyone that we've really had on the podcast is like a dog mom or a dog dad first. And then their product is a result of sort of that happening. You're in a very unique position, Janelle, because like you were a fashion designer, then a dog mom, then a dog fashion designer. But I think what's interesting is like your lines, or what I'm hearing is they're expanding because you're having a need that's not being met by the market.
100%. I mean, for both things. Yeah. For the female and the male line and for the dog line, I feel like they're not being met for me as well. Like if I was able to find all these things, I would have never done a line. I'll be honest with you, you know, and those kind of people who like don't want to wear the same brand as everyone else, because I am a designer. So I actually seek out like unknown designers. You know what I mean? Like I like to be like the first one to wear something, right? I've always been like someone that wanted to take a chance in fashion. So, you know, being a designer, that's what you're doing. You're always like setting the bar high and you're like doing things that no one else is doing. So it's a challenge, but I love it. You know, every season we're always creating something new technology, new innovation, new fabrics. So we're always evolving.
I think that's probably the most interesting thing that I've learned today with you is like how much you actually think about the fabrics that you're putting on your dog. And again, this is because you have a Frenchie, and for anyone, to all of our listeners out there who are Frenchie parents, I've sat a lot of Frenchies in my career. I have lots of Frenchie babies in my life that are my niece and nephew doggos. And they are very sensitive. Their skin is very sensitive. A lot of them have like eye problems, breathing problems, skin problems, stomach problems. So I think that like you're literally innovating healthy fashion for dogs based in need. And like, that's not something I think about when I'm like buying a sweatshirt for my dog. I'm not like, what is this made of? I think about it when I'm buying them a toy, like what chemicals are in this toy, but I don't think about that for clothes. So, I mean, talk to us a little bit more about that. Like, what is your standard when you're choosing fabrics?
I mean, definitely everything has to be OEKO-TEX certified, which is like a certification, a global certification that makes sure that like all the chemicals are not harming the earth and not harming the human or the animal or the child. You know, it has to adhere to these guidelines. And a lot of times when you buy something, it might not have a certification, right? So like, you don't really know what you're getting. And then it's like, to me, it's that anxiety of like, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? Because before this, I had a children's wear line. So I realized it's very important to know like what you're putting on your skin. You know, because you are absorbing it into your bloodstream. People don't realize that's the same with makeup. You have to be very careful to what you are putting on your body. So that's kind of like, it started with my Funari line. My Funari line is eco-friendly as well. And then I realized having the Frenchie, how important this was, you know, because I was so excited when people would like email me and say, thank you for this dog hoodie, because my dog was having a rash and then I put the hoodie on and now my dog's rash went away, you know? So you know what I mean? Like I'm knowing that the materials are actually like helping the animals, like makes me feel like so good about what I'm doing.
And what's the name of that certification? It's the first I've heard of that one.
OKIOTAX. It's like it's a global certification that like when you buy something, it has that certification, meaning that it's not hurting the earth or hurting.
And is that like on the product tag that people can see or anything like that?
I actually, no, I haven't put it on my tags. Maybe I should. I just put that, vegan, eco-friendly, things like that. Cause those are more like keywords that we know.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So if I say OKIOTAX, that's something like Garmentos talk about, that's not really something that the average consumer on the street would know what that means.
Well, but now they will.
Right. That's what I'm fascinated about, that there are certifications out there that are basically saying this is better for everybody.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, we ask when we get the materials, like our Sapima cotton is made in California. It's the same thing. It's a certified factory. The dyes, you know what I mean, are all organic. So like, these are things like that take longer to produce, but like, to me, it's like important, right? I mean, like I also have allergies myself. So like, I need to have these materials on my body. So it always goes back to like, the designer kind of is like experiencing something. So like, that's where it all begins, between the designer and the dog. Like we both need these things. So that's
I think I commend you for making a stand. And, I love talking to people who are innovating like you to create products that are not only expanding the relationship that we have with our dogs, but also like expanding the relationship that we have with our earth, and the understanding we have that like as consumers, what we buy does matter. So
100%.
Thank you for
giving
care
people
of all
those
of
options.
Us.
That's very cool.
It's very cool. Okay.
No,
well,
I have to explain to you guys, thanks for bringing this up, because it's the reason why it was so expensive. I think it's when people get like that shocking, price tag freak out moment. It's, I have to explain like why it is expensive. You know what I mean? Because it's
not just fabulous. It's not just it's fabulous, and it's good for your dog, and the earth that, we live on. So that is very cool.
I was actually more surprised at how affordable it sounded.
Yeah. Given all the precautions that you're taking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I mean, like we're pricing it to a point where we feel like people can afford as well. It probably should be more expensive, but I mean, we are doing it so that people can afford it, because like when we first started, we were more expensive, like my custom pieces do go up to $400 or $500, and not everybody can afford that. Right. So, we ended up coming up with a price point that we felt like when we start producing more, we can bring the price point down for everyone. So like our jackets go from anywhere from like 79 to like 139. Yeah.
Amazing.
I love that.
All right. Well, unfortunately, this is the end. We've done it. We do end our show in a very special way. So
I'm excited for this one.
we have a treat for you ladies. Jasen, if you will. Oh wow.
Yeah. Hey, so
wow.
So I went to the zoo yesterday. Did you guys know that? Yeah, so I went to the zoo yesterday, and they only had one dog. It was a real Shih Tzu.
Oh my God.
That one was actually really great. I mean, I feel though, like at that point, because there's cursing, it definitely can't pass as a dad joke, but for sure, dog dads, they could be edgy. I feel like that was adequately.
What's wrong with Shih Tzus?
That one really tickled me. Thank you, Jasen.
Not a problem.
Well, Janelle, thank you for sitting through our dog dad joke and for having spent your time with us this morning.
Hey, what do you tell us about all your Instagram accounts and handles so that all of our followers can go check them out?
Oh, great. Yes. So for Maxine, it's Maxine Avenue NYC. That's our Instagram and our Facebook. And our website is the same thing, Maxine Avenue NYC.com.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Perfect. Go check it out.
I will be buying things rapidly.
Great. Oh, wait, one more thing. We do have a code. So if you've never bought from us before, we do have a special code, like a 20% off your entire order. So it's Maxine 20, Maxine 20.
Amazing.
And we will put that in the show notes.
Super cool. Go buy. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Janelle.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Just want to take a quick second to re-thank our guest, Janelle Funari, for coming on and sharing her fashion expertise with us. And also like educating all of us on like healthy clothing and fabrics for, just something I honestly have never thought about. So I really appreciate that little tidbit. If you are not subscribed, what's wrong with you? I'm just kidding. Hit that subscribe button because you're cool and you like hanging out with us as much as we like hanging out with you. Anything that we mentioned in the show today can all be found in the show notes linked below and on our website, dogishpodcast.com. Make sure you're checking out Maxine Avenue NYC on Instagram.
Super cute.
It's fabulous, as she described. Edgy, fabulous. It is all of that. We can't wait to see you or hear you or talk with you next week with our upcoming guests. And if there's a topic, personality, or guest that you would like to have on our show, please let us know. We are here to serve you. We'll be back next Tuesday at 1.
See you then.